Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back to FunMathology. Now, today we'll be starting a new chapter, that is integers. Okay, now in integers, it will be a series of lectures. We will come up with different aspects of integers in later lectures, but today we'll be going through introduction of integers, just the basic of integers. So I request you to remain tuned and I request you to watch all the other lectures. So today we'll be covering the topic introduction to integers, right? So by the end of this video, you will understand what integers are, and obviously we'll give you some real life examples of integers and how to represent them easily on a number line. So let's get started. So let's come to the introduction portion first. See, I have already written three things: natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers, right? So what are natural numbers? What are natural numbers? Numbers that begin with 1. That begin with 1. Right? So examples 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And what are whole numbers? So we did a chapter on whole numbers, remember? So whole numbers that begin with 0. So numbers that begin with 0, right? So examples like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on and so forth. Now let's come to integers then. Now do you know what is before 0 then? So we have gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 natural numbers. Whole number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what comes before 0, right? So there are negative numbers before 0 like -1, -2, -3, right? So integers are a combination of positive numbers. So it's a combination of positive numbers plus negative numbers plus 0, right? So like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 dot dot dot, and before 0 -1, -2, -3 and so on, right? So integers are combination of positive numbers, negative numbers and 0, right? So always remember, student, there are infinite integers. It means there are no smallest or greatest integers. See, in a pictorial form, if I want to represent, say in a pictorial form, if I want to represent, I can do this. In a miniature form, in a trivial form, I can do this. See, the big rectangle is integers, right? So within integers, see an egg-like shape, this is whole numbers. And a small circle, this will represent natural numbers. Got it? So if I want to represent in a pictorial form, so I can represent this in this way. Like the bigger one is integers, inside that is whole number, inside that is natural number. Got it? So as I told you, I'll give you some examples in real life that you see positive and negative integers or positive or negative numbers, right? So in our daily life, we have seen different scenarios where we get positive and negative numbers. So let us take one by one few examples that you always come across in your daily life. So the first one is temperature. First one is temperature, right? So I'll draw a small table like figure. Okay, so this will be city in India and this will be the temperature. Okay, these are cities. So let's take anything like Gangtok. This is Shimla. This is Mumbai. And maybe let's say Delhi. So this is -2 degrees centigrade. That is -3 degrees centigrade. That is like 35 degrees centigrade. And this is 40 degrees centigrade. So you see that some cities, like two cities here, have negative temperatures and two cities are having positive temperatures. Right? Always remember, students, that freezing point of water, always remember this. Freezing point of water is 0 degrees centigrade. So for integers, we always need a base point like 0 degrees centigrade, above which will be positive and below which will be negative. So for instance, here in temperature, freezing point of water is 0 degrees centigrade. So temperature above 0 degrees centigrade. So I'll write temperature above 0 degree centigrade is positive and temperature below 0 degree centigrade is negative. So let's say if somebody tells you that the temperature of Kolkata is 40 degree above the freezing point of water, right? So how you can represent the temperature of Kolkata? So 40 degree above the freezing point. So it is positive. So we can write here 40 degree centigrade. If somebody tells you that Manali is having a temperature 2 degree below the freezing point of water, how will you represent? So 2 degree below is negative. So you can represent it in this way. Let's take few more examples. Got it? Let's take few more examples. So we'll take profit, we'll take loss, we'll take debit, we'll take credit, withdrawal, deposit. Right? Okay. Remember few key points here. Profit is taken as positive, loss is taken as negative, credit is taken as positive, deposit, obviously let me write this one first, debit is taken as negative. Now deposit is taken as positive and withdrawal is taken as negative, right? So let's say if somebody asks you, or if you get a question to represent that somebody has earned a profit of rupees 2500, so how will you represent? You will represent as rupees 2500. Profit is equal to 2500. If somebody asks you to represent that a scenario, a person has incurred a loss of rupees 3500, how would you represent? So loss is negative, so you will represent in this way. So negative sign and the loss figure. Got it? So let's come to the next real life example, that is directions. Right? Directions. So what is directions? So you know that left, right, north, south, east, west, these are all directions. Now if you take right as positive, then left is regarded as negative. So if north is taken as positive, then south will be taken as negative. If east is taken as positive, then west will be taken as negative. Got it? So these are the few examples, and we'll come with the last example, right? So you can say that if somebody goes north 500 kilometer, so I'll give you some example. If somebody moves 500 kilometer to north, how will you represent? So simple, 500 kilometer to north. Let's say if somebody moves 500 kilometers south, so minus 500 kilometer to south. Similarly for right and left, if somebody moves 20 meters to right, so plus 20 meters. If somebody moves left 20 meters, then minus 20 meters, right? So let's come to the last example, real life example that I'm showing you, that is height. Right? Height. So we'll consider, see, for height we will consider mean sea level to be 0. So mean sea level to be 0, right? The sea level that you see is supposed to be 0. So anything above the sea level is, so let me write height above the sea level is positive, and height below the sea level is taken as negative. Got it? So for example, height of a mountain, right? Height of a mountain is 29,000 feet. So we'll write 29,000 feet. Got it? So it means, if I write this, it means that mountain is situated 29,000 feet above the sea level, as it is positive. So if I write depth of an ocean, is 3,500 meter. So I can represent this as minus 3500 meter. which means it lies minus is regarded as below the sea level. So depth of the ocean means, so 3500 below the sea level, right? So these are the few examples, students, in real life that you see positive and negative numbers. If you want to take notes, pause the video and take notes. Okay. So let's move on to representing integers on a number line. Got it? So representing integers on a number line. So how we draw a number line? Let's see. Take a scale and draw a line. At the end of the line, put two arrows, which means both the end goes to infinity. Just in the middle, mark 0, right? And so from 0, let's say you want to mark till 5, maybe. So mark at an equal distance. Mark at an equal distance. So let's say I'll mark at 6. So here I'll mark at till 6. Right? Now I'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. Got it? So let's mark them well so that it becomes visible. So this is a number line representing integers 0 to 6 and here 0 to -6. Now see, just at the center of the number line, this, what is this? This is known as 0 or the starting point, and or rather we'll call it to be center of the number line. Center of the number line. And on the right, so this is on the right, so right of 0. So right of 0. So these numbers are positive integers. So positive integers. And these are towards the left. So left. So what is on the left? Negative integers are on the left of 0. So 0 is supposed to be the center of the number line. On the right of the 0 lies positive integers and on the left lies negative integers. Please remember, student, when you are marking, you should mark the integers at an equal distance. See? So take a scale and do not make this mistake. Now, let's see if you get a question like mark -5 on a number line. It's a very easy way to represent any integers on a number line. See, so if you get a question, represent -5 on a number line. So what should you do? You draw this number line, got it? And circle this, which is required. -5 is required, so circle this. So 0 to, you can also jump it like this. So from here, you can go to this. From 0, you have to move to 5 places and you reach -5. So you will mark this as -5 by showing that from 0, if you go towards left, you will reach -5. This is the way that you represent integers on a number line. Got it? So we'll end the lecture here. I hope you have enjoyed today's lecture and understood. So in the next lecture of this series, we'll cover topics on how to compare integers. Second one, how to order integers in an ascending or descending orders. We'll also know what opposite numbers are. We'll also know what is absolute value of integers, and obviously we'll go through few exercises. So thanks for watching this. Thanks students. We'll meet soon. Bye bye.